Many movies that were seen as bad could be made better by a few tweaks. I believe this is true of the prequel trilogy of Star Wars. I had already covered Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, to which I'll leave a link in the description below. Because I'm looking into a sequel to a movie I already offered tweaks to, I'll have to specify if the tweak works for a sequel to the original Phantom Menace versus the tweaked Phantom Menace I proposed.
3 a.m., time for a tweet storm.
Tweak, not tweet. I am the media dunce, and today I'm offering up tweaks that would have saved Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Number 1. The Republic should already have a military. You are a government that claims sovereignty over thousands of star systems. It's your job to maintain order amongst the star systems. You need a military. You should not just borrow one from Kamino without first vetting it. This creates a backstory that is rather convoluted and makes one wonder how such an army was hidden from the Republic. The fact that they are made up of clones, and the oldest clone in the army is 10 by the time of the movie, is that really ethical?
Years ago you served my father the Clone Wars.
Granted, we already have to have some sort of Clone Wars, which can't happen if there are no clones involved. And the process for killing the Jedi in the following film probably wouldn't be as automated or as smooth with whatever army the Republic would already have. Also, have the Republic and the Jedi already aware of the clone army by the start of the film. That way, the vetting process for the clone army could already be underway and ethical considerations could be debated. Number 2. Have the regular army engage the Separatists early in the movie. This is Star Wars after all. Taking the first tweak, let's have the war break out early on. Neither the Republic or the Jedi are ready to deploy the clone army, so the regular army steps up. And they keep getting their asses whooped by the droid army. Towards the end of the movie, they decide as a last resort to use the clone army, which begins to turn the tide. Not truly ethical, but more ethical as the Republic and the Jedi tried using other options before using the clones. Plus, you still get to call this movie Attack of the Clones. Both this tweak and the previous one could work well with both the canon Phantom Menace and my tweaked one, but works better in my tweaked one. In my tweaked Phantom Menace, we see the people having problems with the way the Republic does things, so we can see that fleshed out and understand why the Clone Wars break out, rather than have the fighting for the sake of fighting. Number 3. Have Anakin and Padme secretly see each other. In the regular continuity, Anakin and Padme encounter each other briefly during the Naboo crisis. They don't see each other for 10 years. Then Anakin is assigned to protect her for a few days. Then they get married? Am I the only one who sees a problem with this?
You can't marry a man you just met. You can if it's true love.
There would be a good chance that Padme already has a boyfriend. If I was in Anakin's position, fate would have conspired to give her one. Personally, 90% of the girls I like turn out to be taken already. Sometimes they trick you into thinking otherwise. Just look at the first video I have listed as Downfall Dunce. Fine. I was ranting off. Anyway, to justify the two getting married at the end of the film, they have to already have a strong bond towards the beginning of the film. Whatever happened in The Phantom Menace, tweaked or original, is insufficient. They have to have seen each other a few times between episodes 1 and 2 for a logical wedding to take place. It will also justify Padme not leaving Anakin if or when he does freak out.
Nobody in their right mind would stay with a guy like that, right?
This tweak works a lot better with the older Anakin tweak for the Phantom Menace I propose to be put in place. Otherwise, you'd have to jump through hoops to ensure this tweak doesn't look creepy on Padme's part. Number 4. Peer review the script.
I don't like that. It's cold, rough, and irritating. Get that. This is the price.
The Jedi have amassed a huge army. And that's impossible. How could the Jedi come up with an army so quickly?
Need I say more? Number 5. Thor Skywalker's necklace theory. Recently, YouTuber Thor Skywalker came up with a theory behind the necklace Anakin gave to Padme. While implementing this theory may not help this movie much, it would go a long way to justify what happens in the next Star Wars. I'll let you watch the theory and you should see why I think this tweak is necessary. Number 6. Better choreographed fighting.
They are even superior to droids.
Yet, they seem to fight just like droids. They fall easily. Contrast that with the clones' fighting style here. In this scene, they got some Navy SEALs to demonstrate some of the fighting, making the clones look somewhat badass. Do that here. Give us a reason to make the ethically challenged decision to continue using the clones in the war. Also, zoom back a little. I actually want to see this fight. That's my list. If you feel that there is anything I missed, or if this movie is damaged beyond repair, let me know in the comment section down below.